ended with the same coldness that had defined Mr. Jeon's life. Jungkook stood beside his mother, both dressed in black, both with dry eyes. The other mourners whispered, "How could a son not cry for his father? How could a wife remain so composed?" But those whispers came from people who had never heard the sound of fists against flesh in the dead of night, who had never seen Mrs. Jeon wear long sleeves in summer to hide the bruises that mapped her arms like continents of pain. As the last guest left, Mrs. Jeon finally spoke. "Mrs. Jeon, it's over now, Jungkook. Finally, it's over, Jungkook. Yes, Eoma, we're free." But even as he said it, Jungkook wondered if they would ever truly be free. The scars on his mother's body would fade. But what about the ones carved into their souls? What about the fear that had burrowed so deep inside him that the very word marriage made his chest tighten? 1 year later, the Kim Company building stood like a glass giant in downtown Seoul, reflecting the spring sky in its countless windows. Jungkook adjusted his tie as he entered on his first day. His portfolio clutched against his chest like a shield. He'd worked hard for this position. Graphic design had been his escape during the darkest years, a world where he had complete control, where beauty could exist without fear. The Kim Company was renowned for its creative department, and landing this job felt like his first real step toward a future he designed himself. "Jungkook, you can do this. It's just a job. Just keep your head down and work hard." What he didn't know was that fate, or perhaps destiny, had other plans entirely. Meanwhile, on the top floor, Kim Taehyung stood by the floor-to-ceiling windows of his office, his phone pressed to his ear. "Taehyung, Jimin, I'm serious. She just left 2 hours before the wedding." "Jimin, Hyun, I'm so sorry. We found a note. She said she couldn't go through with it. She's in love with someone else." Taehyung ended the call and closed his eyes. He should feel devastated, heartbroken, humiliated. But instead, he felt relieved. That couldn't be right. He'd been preparing for this wedding for 6 months. "Yoongi, so I hear we're having a crisis." Taehyung turned to find his older brother leaning against the doorframe, arms crossed, his expression unreadable as always. "Taehyung, news travels fast. Yoongi, Appa called me. He's freaking out. All those guests, the venue, the food. You know how he gets about the company's reputation." "Taehyung, I know. Yoongi, so what are you going to do?" That's when Taehyung's mind, sharp and quick as always, landed on an idea. It was absurd, completely insane. But then again, his entire situation was already insane. "Taehyung, I need to make a call." Jungkook was organizing his new desk when his phone rang. Unknown number. "Jungkook. Hello, Taehyung. Jungkook is Sasai? This is Kim Taehyung. We met briefly during your interview last week. Could you come to my office?" Top floor. Jungkook's heart hammered. Was he being fired already? On his first day? Jungkook. "Of course, sir. I'll be right there." The elevator ride felt eternal. When he knocked on Taehyung's door, a deep voice called him in. Kim Taehyung was even more striking than Jungkook remembered. Tall, with sharp features softened by warm brown eyes and dark hair that fell across his forehead. He looked nothing like the cold CEO stereotype. Instead, there was something gentle about the way he gestured for Jungkook to sit. "Taehyung, thank you for coming on such short notice. I need to ask you something unusual. Please hear me out completely before you respond." Jungkook. "Okay, Taehyung. I was supposed to get married today. The wedding is in 3 hours. The bride left. My family, our business partners, 300 people are expecting a wedding. And I need your help." Jungkook blinked. Once, twice. "Jungkook, I'm sorry. I don't understand." "Taehyung, marry me. Today." I know this sounds completely insane. And it is. But when I was trying to think of someone I could trust, someone who might understand the pressure of family and business, you came to mind. During your interview, you mentioned understanding the weight of family expectations. Something about the way you said it stayed with me. "Jungkook, you want me to marry you? We don't even know each other." "Taehyung, I know how this sounds, but please, let me explain the benefits for you. I'll ensure you never lose this position, no matter what mistakes you might make." I'll provide complete financial security. We can set whatever boundaries you need. And when enough time has passed, we can divorce quietly. You'll walk away with enough money to start your own design firm, if that's what you want. Jungkook should have said no immediately, should have walked out. But something made him pause. Maybe it was the desperation in Taehyung's eyes, not demanding, but genuinely asking. Or maybe it was the mention of financial security. His mother's medical bills from years of abuse-related health problems, the debt from his father's gambling that they'd inherited, the chance to finally, truly be free of that past. Jungkook, I have conditions. Taehyung, name them. Jungkook, separate bedrooms. You don't touch me without my explicit permission. This remains a business arrangement. We're clear about that from the start. And when we divorce, I want it in writing that I'll receive enough to support my mother comfortably. Taehyung, done. All of it. I'll have my lawyer draft everything immediately. Jungkook, why me? Really? You could ask anyone. Taehyung was quiet for a moment, his fingers drumming against his desk. Taehyung, honestly? Because when I looked at your portfolio, I saw someone who understands that sometimes broken things can be made beautiful again. Your designs, they all have this quality of something fractured becoming something whole. I guess I thought, maybe you'd understand that this situation is broken, but we could still make something workable out of it. Despite everything, despite the absurdity, Jungkook felt something shift in his chest. This man, this stranger, had seen something in his work that no one else had ever mentioned. Jungkook, okay, I'll do it. The wedding was a blur. Taehyung's family had been shocked when he'd arrived with Jungkook, but Taehyung had taken his father aside, spoken in low, urgent tones, and somehow made it work. The guests were told there had been a last-minute change. Some looked confused, others scandalized, but the ceremony proceeded. Jungkook stood at the altar in a borrowed suit that was slightly too large, his hands trembling as he held Taehyung's steady ones. When they were pronounced married, Taehyung leaned in for what should have been their first kiss. Taehyung, whispering, I'll make it quick, just for show. Is that okay? Jungkook, whispering back, yes. The kiss was soft, brief, and surprisingly gentle. Then it was over, and they were walking down the aisle as husbands. And Jungkook's life had completely changed in the span of 3 hours. The reception was held at the Kim family mansion, a sprawling traditional hanok that had been modernized with glass walls and contemporary design elements. Jungkook felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of people congratulating them, most of whom looked as confused as he felt. Jimin, Taehyung-ga, you have to introduce us properly. A man with soft features and eye smile appeared, dragging Taehyung away from a group of business associates. Behind him came two others, one with sleepy eyes and mint-colored hair, the other practically bouncing with energy. Taehyung, Jungkook, these are my cousins, Min Yoongi and Jung Ho-sok. They're basically my brothers. We all grew up in this house together, and he's Jimin, Yoongi's husband. Ho-sok, I have another Haein now. This is the best day ever. Jungkook, I'm actually younger. Ho-sok, details. You married Haein, so you're my Haein now. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. Do you like dancing? Gaming? I have this new VR setup. Yoongi, Ho-sok, let him breathe. The kid looks like he's about to pass out. Jimin. But seriously, Jungkook is aside. Welcome to the family. We're a bit chaotic, but I promise we're fun. Well, except Yoongi. He's just chaotic. Yoongi, I resent that. I'm perfectly calm chaos. Jimin, that doesn't even make sense. Yoongi, your face doesn't make sense. Despite himself, Jungkook felt his lips twitch into a smile. There was something warm about their bickering, something that felt like actual family rather than the cold silence he'd grown up with. Taehyung, come on. I need to introduce you to my parents properly. Jungkook's stomach twisted. Parents. He'd barely prepared for this part. Kim Namjoon and Kim Seok-jin were holding court in the garden, surrounded by guests. When Taehyung approached with Jungkook, both men turned, and Jungkook braced himself for judgment. Namjoon, Taehyung, I think we need to have a proper conversation about today's surprises. Seok-jin, Namjoon, not now. Can't you see the boy is terrified? Jungkook is Sisai. Come here. Seok Jin, Mrs. Kim, though he'd insisted Jungkook call him Jin, stepped forward and pulled Jungkook into a gentle embrace. Seok Jin, welcome to the family. Sweetheart, I don't know what happened today, and honestly, I don't care. If Taehyung chose you, then you must be special. And that's all that matters to me. Jungkook, thank you. Taehyung, we will. Appa, I promise. The rest of the evening passed in a whirlwind. Jungkook was introduced to what felt like hundreds of people, all while trying to process that he was now married to his boss, part of one of Seoul's most prominent families, and apparently had 3 new Chaosogen brothers. Later that night, in their apartment, Taehyung had explained they'd live there instead of the mansion for privacy. Jungkook stood in the guest bedroom that was now his room, still wearing the borrowed suit. A soft knock on the door. Taehyung, Jungkook, can I come in? Jungkook, yes. Taehyung entered, now dressed in comfortable clothes, his hair slightly damp from a shower. He looked softer like this, more real. Taehyung, I wanted to check if you need anything, extra blankets, toiletries, whatever. I had my assistant prepare this room. But if something's missing, Jungkook, why are you being so nice to me? The question came out more accusatory than Jungkook intended. Taehyung tilted his head, considering. Taehyung, because you saved me today, and because, I don't know. Jungkook, maybe because kindness doesn't need a reason. You agreed to help me in an impossible situation. The least I can do is make sure you're comfortable. Jungkook, this is just a business arrangement. You don't need to pretend. Taehyung, I'm not pretending. This is just who I am. You'll see. Now get some rest. Tomorrow, we'll figure out how to make this work long term. Okay? After Taehyung left, Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed, his head in his hands. What had he gotten himself into? And why did Kim Taehyung's genuine kindness make him want to cry? The first week of marriage was an adjustment neither of them had fully anticipated. Taehyung turned out to be an early riser who made elaborate breakfasts, not because he had to, but because he enjoyed it. Jungkook would wake to find the kitchen filled with the smell of kimchi jjigae or freshly made pajeo, and Taehyung humming softly as he cooked. Taehyung, good morning. I made extra banchan. I wasn't sure what you liked, so I made a variety. Do you prefer rice or toast in the morning? Oh, and I got several types of tea. I noticed you didn't drink the coffee I made yesterday. Jungkook, you don't have to do all this. I can make my own breakfast. Taehyung, I know I don't have to. I want to. Is that okay? It was such a simple question, but it made Jungkook's throat tight. When had anyone ever asked if their kindness was okay? Jungkook, yes, thank you. And tea is perfect. I'm not really a coffee person. Taehyung, noted. They fell into a routine. Taehyung would cook breakfast while Jungkook set the table. They'd eat together, discussing their schedules for the day. Taehyung always careful to ask about Jungkook's projects, genuinely interested in the design work despite running an entire company. Then they'd commute together, Taehyung's driver taking them both to the office. At work, they maintained professional distance. Jungkook insisted on it, and Taehyung respected that boundary completely. But Jungkook started noticing small things. How Taehyung defended the creative team in meetings, how he always credited the designers by name when presenting projects to clients, how his office door was literally always open for anyone who needed to talk. Yoongi, you're staring at my brother. Jungkook jumped, nearly spilling his coffee. Yoongi had appeared beside his desk like a ghost. Jungkook, I wasn't. I was just. Yoongi, relax. I'm just messing with you. But seriously. Jungkook, can I talk to you for a minute? Somewhere private? They ended up in an empty conference room. Yoongi's usual sleepy expression had sharpened into something more serious. Yoongi, I know about the arrangement. Taehyung told us. Me, Jimin, and Hobi. Not the details, but that it's not a traditional marriage. Jungkook. Oh, Yoongi, I'm not here to judge. I actually think it's very Taehyung to find an unconventional solution to a problem. But I want you to know, my brother has a heart that's too big for his own good. He gives everything to people, sometimes to people who don't deserve it. So I'm asking you, as his brother, please don't take advantage of that. Jungkook, I wouldn't. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. Yoongi, I believe you. There's something genuine about you, even if you're scared. And that's okay. Just be honest with him. Yeah? Taehyung can handle almost anything except dishonesty. After Yoongi left, Jungkook sat alone in the conference room, his mind spinning. He'd been so focused on protecting himself that he hadn't considered that Taehyung might need protection too. That evening, Jungkook came home to find the apartment filled with laughter. Jimin, Yoongi, and Hoseok had invaded, sprawled across the living room with takeout containers covering every surface. Hoseok, Jungkook Hyun, perfect timing. We're having an impromptu family dinner. Jimin, we brought enough food to feed an army. Which is good because Hobie eats like one. Hoseok, that's slander. Yoongi, it's literally true. I've seen you eat an entire pizza by yourself. Hoseok, that was one time and I was very hungry. Taehyung, Jungkook, you don't mind, do you? They just showed up. Jungkook, no, it's fine. Nice, actually, and it was. They pulled him into their chaos, Jimin debating the merits of different ramen brands with the passion of a philosopher, Hoseok demonstrating a new dance move and accidentally knocking over a lamp, which Taehyung caught with reflexes that seemed impossible. Yoongi providing dry commentary that had everyone in stitches. Jimin, okay, game time, to truths and a lie. Jungkook, you go first. Jungkook, I don't know. Hoseok, come on. We want to know our new brother. Jungkook took a breath. Jungkook, okay, I can draw with both hands equally well. I'm afraid of butterflies. And I once won a national art competition in high school. Jimin, the butterfly thing is the lie. Nobody's afraid of butterflies. Yoongi, I don't know. Jimin, look at his face. I think that might be true. Hoseok, I think the drawing thing is the lie. That's too cool to be true. Taehyung, the competition is the lie. Everyone turned to look at Taehyung, who was watching Jungkook with that soft, attentive expression he always wore. Taehyung, you won an international competition, not national. I looked up your background when I hired you. You were 17, and you beat candidates twice your age. Jungkook felt his cheeks heat. Jungkook, how did you? That's not fair. You had insider information. Taehyung, and you really are afraid of butterflies? Jungkook, they're unpredictable. They just flutter around with no sense of direction. The room erupted in laughter, and Jungkook found himself laughing too. Something warm and unfamiliar blooming in his chest. This was what family was supposed to feel like. 2 months into the marriage, Mrs. Jeon called. Mrs. Jeon, Jungkooka, I heard from Mrs. Park that you got married to Kim Taehyung, and you didn't tell your own mother? Jungkook, Eoma, I'm sorry. It all happened so fast. Mrs. Jeon, I want to meet him. This husband of yours, can you bring him for dinner? Jungkook's hands were shaking when he hung up. Taehyung found him on the balcony, staring at nothing. Taehyung, hey, what's wrong? Jungkook, my mother wants to meet you for dinner. I understand if you don't want to. It wasn't part of our arrangement. Taehyung, of course I'll come. When? Jungkook, this Saturday. But Taehyung, you should know. My mother, she's wonderful, but she's been through a lot. My father, he wasn't kind to either of us. She might be suspicious of you, or worried, or Taehyung, Jungkook. It's okay, I understand. And I want to meet her. She raised you, which means she must be incredible. That simple statement made Jungkook's eyes burn with unshed tears. Saturday dinner was at Mrs. Jeon's small apartment. Taehyung insisted on bringing flowers, wine, and an expensive fruit basket that made Mrs. Jeon's eyes widen. Mrs. Jeon, this is too much. Taehyung is aside. Taehyung, please, call me Taehyung. Yeomyeonim. And it's not too much. I'm meeting my husband's mother for the first time. I wanted to make a good impression. Mrs. Jeon studied Taehyung throughout dinner, her eyes sharp and assessing. Jungkook knew what she was looking for, signs of temper, of control. of the darkness that had lived in his father. But Taehyung was patient. He answered her questions honestly. He spoke about his family, his work, his hopes for the future. He complimented her cooking with genuine enthusiasm. And most importantly, Jungkook watched as Taehyung noticed when he himself became quiet, immediately changing the subject to something lighter. After dinner, Mrs. Jeon pulled Jungkook aside while Taehyung washed dishes, despite her protests. Mrs. Jeon, he's good to you? Truly? Jungkook. Yes, Eoma. He's very good to me, Mrs. Jeon. He looks at you like you hung the moon. You know, I see the way his eyes follow you around the room. Jungkook. It's not like that. We're just, Mrs. Jeon. Jungkooka, I may be old, but I'm not blind. That boy is in love with you. Jungkook. Eoma, Mrs. Jeon. I'm not saying you have to feel the same way. After everything with your father, I understand if you're afraid, but don't push away something good just because you're used to bad. Promise me you'll give it a chance? Jungkook couldn't promise that. Not yet. But he nodded anyway, and his mother seemed satisfied. The incident happened on a random Wednesday. Jungkook had been walking to the subway after work. Taehyung had a late meeting when he witnessed a man grabbing his girlfriend's arm aggressively. The woman was crying, trying to pull away, and the man was shouting. And suddenly, Jungkook was 7 years old again, watching his father's fist raised, his mother's tears, the feeling of absolute helplessness. Jungkook, let her go. His voice came out stronger than he felt. The man turned, surprised, then angry. Man, mind your own business. Jungkook, I said, let her go, or I'm calling the police. What happened next was a blur. The man shoved him. Jungkook stumbled. Then there were hands, angry hands, and he was back in his childhood home, back in the nightmare, back in. Taehyung, get away from him. Suddenly Taehyung was there, placing himself between Jungkook and the man, his usually gentle voice cold as ice. The man took one look at Taehyung's furious expression and the gathering crowd and decided to leave, dragging his girlfriend with him, though someone had already called the police. Taehyung, Jungkook? Jungkook, look at me. You're okay. You're safe. I've got you. But Jungkook couldn't breathe. The panic attack hit him like a wave, and suddenly he was on the ground, gasping, the world spinning. Taehyung, breathe with me. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4. That's it. You're doing so well. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Taehyung's voice was steady, calm, an anchor in the storm. His hand rubbed circles on Jungkook's back, gentle and soothing. He didn't demand explanations or tell Jungkook to calm down. He just stayed, solid and present, until the panic receded. They took a taxi home. Taehyung guided Jungkook to the couch, wrapped him in a blanket, and made chamomile tea without asking. Taehyung, do you want to talk about it? Jungkook, I don't know where to start. Taehyung, then don't start at the beginning. Start wherever feels right. So Jungkook did. He told Taehyung about his father, the violence, the fear, the years of walking on eggshells. He told him about hiding in closets while his mother screamed, about the relief he'd felt at his father's funeral, and the guilt that came with that relief, about why the thought of marriage terrified him, why intimacy felt like a threat, why he kept waiting for Taehyung to transform into something cruel. Through it all, Taehyung listened. He didn't interrupt, didn't offer empty platitudes. He just held Jungkook's hand and listened. When Jungkook finally finished, his voice hoarse from crying, Taehyung spoke. Taehyung, thank you for telling me. I know that wasn't easy. And I want you to know, I will never, ever hurt you like that. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'll make mistakes, probably lots of them. But I will never raise my hand to you. I will never make you afraid in your own home. You have my word. Jungkook, why are you so good to me? We barely know each other. This marriage, it's not even real. Taehyung, isn't it? Though, we live together, we eat together, we share our days with each other. Maybe it didn't start traditionally, but Jungkook, it's real to me. Jungkook, Hyun, Taehyung, you don't have to say anything. I'm not asking for anything in return. I just wanted you to know. And now, you should rest. It's been a hard day, but Jungkook didn't let go of Taehyung's hand. But Jungkook didn't let go of Taehyung's hand. Jungkook, can you stay? Just for a while? Taehyung, of course. As long as you need. Taehyung sat with him on the couch. And slowly, carefully, Jungkook let his head rest on Taehyung's shoulder. They stayed like that for hours. Not speaking, just existing together in the quiet safety of their home. And for the first time since his father's death, Jungkook felt the tightness in his chest begin to ease. The shift happened gradually, like spring melting into summer. Jungkook started noticing things he'd overlooked before. The way Taehyung always made sure Jungkook's favorite snacks were stocked in the pantry. How he turned down the volume on the TV when Jungkook was working on designs at the dining table. The way he'd leave little sticky notes around the apartment. Have a good day. Or, your presentation yesterday was amazing. Or, there's fresh strawberries in the fridge. I know you love them. At the office, it became harder to maintain professional distance. Jimin, so, are you going to keep pretending you're not in love with Taehyung Han? Or, Jungkook, choking on his coffee. What, Jimin? Or, come on. I've seen the way you look at him during meetings. Like he's reciting poetry instead of quarterly projections. Jungkook, I do not. Jimin, you do. And it's adorable, honestly. The whole office thinks you two are couple goals. Jungkook, the whole office? Jimin, dude, you're not subtle. Neither is he. Last week, he literally stopped a board meeting to ask if you'd attend lunch yet. Jungkook, he's just considerate. Jimin, he's in love with you. And I think you're in love with him too. You're just too scared to admit it. Jungkook wanted to argue, but the words died in his throat. Because maybe, just maybe, Jimin was right. The Kim family dinner happened monthly. And this time, it was Jungkook's third. He'd stopped feeling like an outsider somewhere around the second dinner, when Hoseok had challenged him to a dance-off in the living room, and Jungkook had discovered he was actually pretty good at freestyle. Jin, Jungkooka, have some more galbi. You're too skinny. Jungkook, Yoma, I've had 3 servings already. Jin, that's not enough. Taehyunga, is he eating properly at home? Taehyung, I cook every day. Yoma, Jin, you? Cook? Unsupervised? Namjoon, Jina, our son is 30 years old. Jin, and he once almost burned down the kitchen making ramyeon. Taehyung, that was one time and I was 16. Yoongi, to be fair, it takes talent to burn water. Taehyung, Hyun, Jungkook laughed, genuinely, freely, and caught Taehyung's eye across the table. Taehyung smiled back, soft and warm, and Jungkook felt his heart skip. After dinner, Jungkook found himself on the mansion's back porch with Namjoon. The older man had a glass of whiskey, his expression contemplative as he looked at the garden. Namjoon, my son is happier than I've seen him in years. I want to thank you for that. Jungkook, I haven't done anything special. Namjoon, you have, though. Taehyung was engaged before to someone who saw him as a trophy, a way to climb the social ladder. She never asked about his day, never showed interest in his passions. She wanted Kim Taehyung the CEO, not Taehyung the person who cries at sad movies and rescues stray cats and makes up silly songs about his houseplants. Jungkook, he does that last thing? Namjoon, oh yes. There's a ficus in his office named Gerald who has an entire theme song. But my point is, you see him, the real him, and that's all a father can hope for his child. Someone who sees and loves them for who they really are. Jungkook, what if I'm not ready to love him the way he deserves? Namjoon, then you take your time. Love isn't a race, Jungkook. It's a journey, and from what I can see, you're already on that path. The question isn't whether you'll get there, it's whether you'll let yourself. That night, back at their apartment, Jungkook couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about Namjoon's words, about the way Taehyung had looked at him across the dinner table, about the comfortable silence they'd shared during the drive home. He found himself standing outside Taehyung's bedroom door at 2 a.m., hand raised to knock, heart pounding. Taehyung, Jungkook, are you okay? The door opened before Jungkook could knock, revealing Taehyung in pajamas, hair messy, eyes concerned. Jungkook, I couldn't sleep. Can we talk? Taehyung, of course. Come in. They sat on Taehyung's bed, the moonlight streaming through the window casting silver shadows across the room. Jungkook, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me. Taehyung, always. Jungkook, my mother said. She said you look at me like I hung the moon. Jimin said you're in love with me. Are they right? Taehyung was quiet for a long moment, his fingers tracing patterns on the bedspread. Taehyung, yes, they're right. Jungkook, since when? Taehyung, honestly, I think it started the day we got married. I know that sounds impossible, but when you stood at that altar, terrified but brave enough to help a stranger, I think that's when it began. And then every day after that, I just fell deeper. The way you hum while you work, how you always thank me for breakfast even though I've made it 100 times. The way you're kind to everyone, the cleaning staff, the interns, even that coffee shop worker who always gets your order wrong. You're everything good that I didn't know I was looking for. Jungkook felt tears sliding down his cheeks. Jungkook, I'm so scared. Hyung, I look at you and I see everything I've ever wanted, everything I didn't think I was allowed to want. But what if I'm broken? What if my father damaged me so much that I can't do this properly? Taehyung, hey, look at me. Taehyung cupped Jungkook's face gently, thumbs wiping away the tears. Taehyung, you're not broken. You're healing, and there's no proper way to do this. We make our own rules. Remember? We always have. If you need to go slow, we go slow. If you need space, I'll give you space. If you need time, we have all the time in the world. I'm not going anywhere. Jungkook, I'm your husband, and I take that seriously. Arrangement or not. Jungkook, what if I told you? What if I said I think I'm falling in love with you too? But I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be someone's husband for real. I don't know how to accept love without waiting for it to turn into something ugly. Taehyung, then we learn together. You teach me what you need, and I'll teach you that love doesn't have to hurt. We'll figure it out together. That is, if you want to. I'm not asking you to make any decisions tonight. Take all the time you need. But Jungkook had spent so many years being afraid and sitting here in the moonlight with Taehyung looking at him like he was precious and worth protecting. He was tired of being scared. Jungkook, I don't want to wait. I don't want to waste any more time being afraid of something beautiful. Hyung, can you just hold me? Is that okay? Taehyung, it's more than okay. Come here. Taehyung laid back against the pillows, opening his arms, and Jungkook curled into his embrace. Taehyung's heartbeat was steady beneath his ear, his arms warm and secure but not confining. Taehyung, is this alright? Not too tight? Jungkook, it's perfect. You're perfect. Taehyung, I'm really not. I leave my socks everywhere. I sing off-key in the shower, and I have an irrational fear of pigeons. Jungkook, laughing softly. Pigeons? Taehyung, they have dead eyes. Jungkook, dead eyes. It's terrifying. Jungkook, you're ridiculous. They fell asleep like that, wrapped in each other, and for the first time in his life, Jungkook understood what it meant to feel safe in someone else's arms. The next morning, Jungkook woke up still in Taehyung's embrace. Sunlight filtered through the curtains, and he could feel Taehyung's breath, slow and even, against his hair. Taehyung, you're awake. Jungkook, how did you know? Your eyes are still closed. Taehyung, your breathing changed. Plus, you do this thing where you scrunch your nose when you wake up. It's adorable. Jungkook, I do not. Taehyung, you absolutely do. Taehyung opened his eyes then, and they were soft with sleep and something that looked like wonder. Taehyung, good morning, husband. Jungkook, good morning. Hyung, they smiled at each other, and it felt like a new beginning. Work became different after that night, not overtly. They still maintained professionalism in meetings and around colleagues, but there were small changes. Taehyung's hand brushing against Jungkook's when passing documents, the way they'd sneak glances at each other across the conference room. How Jungkook started bringing Taehyung coffee in the afternoon, remembering exactly how he liked it. Americano, no sugar, extra short. Yoongi, so you two finally figured it out? Jungkook nearly dropped his tablet. Yoongi had appeared in his cubicle like a ghost again. Jungkook, Hyung, you need to stop doing that. Yoongi, doing what? Observing the obvious? You're both walking around with those disgustingly dopey smiles. It's unsettling. Jungkook, we're not. I don't have a dopey smile. Yoongi, you're doing it right now. Listen, I'm happy for you both. Really. Taehyung deserves someone who looks at him like that. Just don't break his heart, okay? I'd hate to have to fire my favorite designer, Jungkook. You wouldn't actually fire me. Yoongi, try me. But he was smiling as he walked away. And Jungkook knew it was Yoongi's way of saying he approved. The confession happened 3 weeks later during a company dinner. The entire creative department and executives had gathered at a fancy restaurant to celebrate closing a major deal. Jungkook sat between Jimin and Taehyung, trying to focus on his food while Hoseok told an animated story about a disastrous client meeting. Hoseok. And then the projector literally caught on fire. Fire. During a presentation about fire safety equipment. You can't make this up. Jimin. Hobi, how do you get into these situations? Hoseok. Natural talent? Everyone laughed. And Jungkook felt Taehyung's hand find his under the table, their fingers intertwined, hidden from view. And Jungkook's heart felt too big for his chest. Later, after dinner, they stood on the restaurant's terrace. The Seoul skyline glittered before them, and Taehyung's jacket was draped over Jungkook's shoulders against the cool evening breeze. Taehyung, penny for your thoughts? Jungkook, I was thinking about the day we got married. How terrified I was. How sure I was that this was just a business arrangement that would eventually end. Taehyung, and now, Jungkook. Now I can't imagine my life without you in it. You've shown me what love is supposed to look like. Patient, kind, safe. You've never once made me feel pressured or afraid. You've let me heal at my own pace. And I need you to know. Jungkook turned to face Taehyung fully. His heart pounding but his voice steady. Jungkook, I love you. Kim Taehyung, I'm in love with you. Completely, terrifyingly in love with you. Taehyung's eyes widened, then filled with tears that he didn't bother to hide. Taehyung, say it again. Jungkook, I love you. Taehyung, again. Jungkook, laughing through his own tears. I love you, you impossible man. Taehyung, I love you too. God. Jungkook, I love you so much. Want to kiss you properly this time? Jungkook, please. The kiss was nothing like their brief peck at the altar. This was soft and deep and full of promise. Taehyung kissed him like he was precious, like he was treasured. And Jungkook finally understood what it meant to be cherished. When they pulled apart, both breathless, Taehyung rested his forehead against Jungkook's. Taehyung, I want to do this right. Court you properly, even though we're already married. Take you on real dates. Learn everything about you. Build a life together. Not because we have to, but because we want to. Jungkook, I want that too. All of it. Taehyung, then let's start tonight. Jeon. Jungkook, will you go on a date with me this Saturday? Jungkook, I'm already married to you. Taehyung, so? Married people can date. In fact, they should. Keeps the romance alive. Their first official date was at an art gallery. Taehyung had rented it out for the evening so they could wander through the exhibits alone, discussing the pieces without crowds or interruptions. Jungkook, you didn't have to rent out the entire gallery. Taehyung, I wanted to. I wanted our first date to be special. Taehyung, tell me what you see in this one. They stood before an abstract painting, swirls of blues and grays with sudden bursts of gold. Jungkook, I see someone breaking through darkness. The blues and grays are heavy, oppressive. But those gold streaks, they're hope. They're the moment you realize you're stronger than your pain. They're the people who reach into your darkness and pull you toward light. Taehyung, like you. Jungkook, like us. You pulled me toward light. Hyun, but I had to choose to follow. We did this together. Taehyung kissed him there, surrounded by art and possibility. And Jungkook thought he'd never felt more alive. That night, in their apartment, truly their apartment now, Taehyung led Jungkook to the bedroom. But instead of rushing, he took his time. Taehyung, we're going at your pace. Always. If anything feels wrong, we stop. Okay? Jungkook. Okay. Taehyung kissed him slowly, reverently, like Jungkook was precious and rare. His hands were gentle as they traced Jungkook's face, his shoulders, learning the map of his body with patience and care. Taehyung, you're so beautiful. Do you know that? Not just your face, though you're gorgeous. your heart, your strength, the way you've survived and still remained kind. You're extraordinary. Jungkook, Jungkook, Hyun, Taehyung, I love you so much, and I want you to feel that love, not just hear it. Will you let me show you? Jungkook, yes, please. What happened between them that night wasn't just physical. It was Taehyung showing Jungkook, with every touch and whisper, that intimacy could be safe, that vulnerability could be beautiful, that his body was his own, and sharing it was a gift, not an obligation. Taehyung worshipped him slowly, carefully, checking in constantly, making sure Jungkook felt cherished rather than used. There was no hunger for just physical pleasure. There was reverence, adoration, a profound love that manifested in every gentle caress. When Jungkook cried, Taehyung wiped his tears and held him close. Taehyung, are you okay? Do you want to stop? Jungkook, no, I'm crying because I'm happy. Because I never knew it could be like this. Beautiful and safe and full of love. Don't stop. Please don't stop. Taehyung, never. I'll never stop loving you. They made love slowly, tenderly, and when they finally lay tangled together in the aftermath, both breathless and overwhelmed, Jungkook understood what it meant to truly give yourself to another person. Jungkook, thank you for being patient with me. Taehyung, thank you for trusting me with your heart. It's the greatest honor of my life. They fell asleep wrapped in each other, and Jungkook dreamed of spring, of flowers blooming after a long winter, of ice melting, of sunshine warming frozen earth. He dreamed of healing, he dreamed of love, he dreamed of home.